Yo, what it do, man? Yeah, I wanna hear what everybody gotta say about this right here, son. Yeah, we chopping it up, man. We chopping it up. I wanna hear what everybody got to say in regards to this. Know what I mean? I say we live in this mud. It's crazy out here in these streets, bruh. Damn. Uno momento, uno momento. You know YouTube is lit up right now. I know YouTube is lit up right now, man. It's lit up right now, boy. Uno momento, man. I want to hear what the people got to say in regards to this, you know what I mean? This digital fold over, son. Hold on for a second, man. Uno momento. You know what I mean? Damn. Hurry up, boy. Hey, what's going on out there in the YouTube realm, man? Shout out to everybody in the mall freaking chat. What's going on in the Matrix, boy? Hey, man, I want to hear what the people got to say, son. You know what I mean? I want to hear what's going on. Now, for those that don't know, shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out, shout out. Yo, man, hit that like button. Hit that digital hug button, son. You know what I mean? Hit that digital hug, man. Right up. 4 years strong, rocking out. That's what's up, bro. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you and your ascension. Raging the vibes, huh? No matter what. But like I've stated before, man, there's always something going on in the Matrix, man. Always. It's never a dull moment in the Matrix. So, for those that didn't hear what's going on in the Matrix, they got a bunch of people that basically stormed in the U.S. Capitol. People climbing the wall like goats. You ever seen them goats just scale the walls? That's how they climbing the wall. They all on the walls like goats. They kicking doors down, breaking windows down, storming up in there, waving the Trump flag, waving the American flag. They're all up in the Capitol building. Trump protesters. That's who they say they are. Talking about there's been some kind of fraud going on with the votes. Trump ain't having it. Biden ain't having it. Ain't nobody having it. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, this is going on. They got this planetary dilemma that everybody going through. Not only that the inhabitants of the planet is going through a planetary dilemma, you got people that haven't even received their first stimulus check. You know what I mean? Never mind the millions of people who didn't receive their second stimulus check. You got people who ain't received the first stimulus check. And the ones who are supposed to make things better is pulling guns out in the Capitol, shooting people, people getting laid down, people getting maced, people on camera talking about there's a revolution taking place. And this is something that started last night. They started them riots out there in Washington last night. I want to hear what the people in the chat got to say, son. You know what I mean? I want to hear something. Because, I know what it is. I want to hear what the people got to say in the chat. You know what I mean? The digital fold over. I spoke about They was gonna turn it up in 2020. You know what I mean? Right before 2020 came, I did a video. I think it was in December. I did the video of 2019. One of them months, close to 20 20. I'm like, yo, they about to turn it up. Was it in December? It was one of those amber months. I did a video like, yo, they about to turn it up in 2020. You got a bunch of people saying, man, I can't wait till the year 2020 is over so we can get into 2021. I'll tell you this. If they make it to 2024, they're going to wish it was 2020. You know what I'm saying? You're like, yo, I would take 2020 over 2024. Crazy right now. But the digital fold over, man. Taking place. The people that's supposed to be running the country is fighting amongst each other. I mean, they always been fighting with each other, son. People who's familiar with the channel and the videos, something I stated before plenty of times, son. Know what I mean? Fighting with each other. But now it's like, cause you gotta know, son. These people, they only televise what they want you to see, son. You know what I mean? They only televise what they want you to see. Cause there is a whole bunch of things that be happening that never get aired on the news. So for the mere fact they showing a lot of this stuff, just know that this is all part of the theme, son. It's all part of the plan. All part of the plan. I want to hear what people talking about. Let me see. The lesson for today, the lesson that's going to be every day, raise the vibe. That's always a lesson. You raising the vibe. Now, yeah, we in the digital fall over, man. End of America. 2021 will be worse than 2020. Exactly. That's something that I stated when they was on doing these Black Lives Matter protests. You have to get a permit, man. You have to get a permit to protest. You know what I'm saying? That's how they always have law enforcement around protesters. It's not like just people just start protesting and then law enforcers just pop up. Nah. They have to get a permit. They have to let certain people know where the protest is going to be, what time the protest is going to start. You know what I'm saying? In other words, when they about to protest, they have to set up what is known as a perimeter. A perimeter will be like an area in regards to which an area where they are allowed to protest. A couple block radius, a few blocks radius, a certain section, a certain area. It could be in a park. You know what I'm saying? It have to be in a certain radius space. And that's the space. And they will have like the law enforcement in the area or a little bit outside the area just to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, it's a quote unquote peaceful protest. You know what I mean? These protests don't just pop up to pop up, son. You have to get a permit, which means you have to go through the necessary channels in whatever state you're in, and they grant you permission. You know what I'm saying? So when you're looking at these protesters, these people didn't just say, yo, we're gonna just jump up and grab a flag and then go walking outside with a blowhorn. No. It was a plan, man. All of these protests are planned. And when you're looking at this stuff right here, it's all planned. See, the reason why certain people will find that hard to swallow, and this is something that I stated before, is because their lives are not structured on a level where they have a certain level of details to get things done. They basically careless with their lifestyle. So when you will come around and say that this stuff right here is something that's been planned, and the protest is something that's planned out and all this and all that, they will look at you like, man, ain't nobody going through that much trouble. No, you're not going through that much trouble because you don't have no discipline. You know what I mean? When you're looking at these protesters do whatever it is that they do, even though, even when you're seeing them riot or whatever they doing, son, you're looking at discipline. You know what I mean? You're not looking at a certain like when they had the riots for the what was it, the Black Lives Matter joint, and they breaking into stores and burning stores down and burning police stations down and burning police cars and all that. That's discipline. You're looking at discipline. Now somebody will be like, well, how the hell is that discipline? That's chaos. Chaos is order. You know what I mean? Chaos is order. They are allowed to do those things based upon the channels and the means of the protest. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a regular protest. You're talking about a protest that's governed by the elites. You know what I mean? You're talking about a protest that's governed by the elites. You know what I mean? So when you're looking at these certain things happen, it's something that's all planned. It's planned. You know what I mean? And they know that they have the resources to do it. And they got the connects, and they got people that have the discipline and the drive to get the job done. And they do it. You see, the so-called black people, they will look at a situation like that and say, man, I don't believe that, only because their lives are not that detailed and not that strict. These are the same people who just recently said, well, this is going to be my New Year's resolution. And on January 1st, they already reneged. These are the people that say, well, I'm going to stop smoking cigarettes today, and 2 hours from now, they smoking a cigarette. These are the same people that say, I'm going to get up and exercise. You know what I'm saying? They get up, walk downstairs. Oh my God, I'm tired. Let me go back upstairs and lay down for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? The same people who say, well, I'm going to stop drinking soda. I'm going to stop eating donuts. I'm going to stop eating junk food. I'm going to stop eating pork, shrimp, stop drinking beer. They always say that they're going to do something and don't put no energy into constantly embracing what you stay in that you was not going to do. You know what I mean? So when something comes around where they see people is so dedicated and so determined, and they have the discipline to stay the course no matter what, it's like a non-belief. Even though that belief don't mean nothing, but that's the frequency that they on. It's like, I don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? When they say that, that's only because they don't have the discipline nor the determination to get anything done that takes consistent focus. That's all they revealing, son. They don't have what it takes to stay the course. You know what I'm saying? They can't stay the course with a plan like how these elites stay the course with a plan that take 15 generations. They start a plan in freaking 1890. You know what I'm saying? And the plan don't unfold till 1950. You know what I'm saying? They don't have that type of determination. They don't have the determination to start something in the 1800s and actually start seeing the fruits of the labor of that plan in the year 2020, son. They don't have that determination, son, because they are not connected to their family, to their offspring. They don't know how to pass the torch when it comes to their babies, saying, well, this is the plan that we, you know what I'm saying, we set out to do. Your great, 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 great grandfather and grandmother, along with their your brother, their brothers and sisters, your uncles, your great, 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 great uncles and aunts and cut they had cousins and they all came together and they started this right here, and the family been continuing this plan for generations to generations to generations to generation, and they stayed the course for 50 generations, and here we are right now, and we need you to carry the torch. This is exactly what you need to do, and you need to stay the course. They're gonna look at that like, man, what are you talking about? Because the whole ideology of what life is to the so-called black man and black woman is get a job, pay your bills, retire, casket dip. That's it. Everything else in between is like commercial breaks. You go to the movies, commercial break. You go to the club, commercial break. You know what I'm saying? But they look at their purpose on the planet is to just, just go to school. Hopefully you get a good job and you just pay bills, and then that's that, son. Then you just have your kids just repeat the cycle. You just have them repeat the cycle. So you just caught up in the loop, son. But they don't know what determination is, son. They don't have no full vision to see what it takes to have anything manifest further down the timeline. When you're looking at these people storming the Capitol building, this is something that was planned, I would say, at least 100 years ago. You know what I'm saying? This is not something that's just a freestyle, son. You know what I'm saying? This is something that was planned at least 100 years ago. This could be like a backup plan. They'd be like, well, if we start out to do this 100 years from now, and it don't go this gonna be the backup plan right here. You could be looking at a backup plan. You know what I'm saying? That was planned out 99 years ago, son. You know what I'm saying? But so-called black race, they don't have the determination, no dedication, no focus, no discipline to get anything done for 24 hours, let alone 50 generations, man. You know what I mean? When we're looking at this is a plan, man. Everything is planned. And since, carbonated, well, I ain't gonna say the carbonated beans, the clones, the black people, since they have a mind, you know what I'm saying, and that's vibrating on a belief frequency, they always gonna be in a mental state of not being able to see what it is or what is needed to get anything done that has like a high level of stature, son. They not, son. Anything that's low, they could get that done. Like an argument, they get that done in a heartbeat. Yelling at somebody, insulting somebody, they'll get that done in a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? But carrying themselves on a high frequency, they can't do that. They pretend, but they can't do that. They try, but they can't do that. You know what I'm saying? And it's something that I also stated, son. The gods don't try; they get it done. You know what I mean? Because that word ing is an action. You know what I'm saying? That word ing is an action. So when you attach anything to that action, That means you're in that constant state. So when you hear people say things like I'm trying to stop smoking cigarettes, they never gonna they never gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? Because they're always going to be trying. So when you get stuck in the phase of trying, you're always going to be having that, well, I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying. The hell with trying. Do it. You know what I'm saying? Because when you do it, there's no need to try. There's no need to be trying when you do it. When you get it done by way of doing it, there's no need to be trying. You know what I mean? So they're running all up in the buildings. You got a picture of this dude at Nancy desk. He got his feet up on the desk. They stealing her mail. They stealing mail. You know what I mean? These supposed to be Trump supporters. They stealing mail. They knocking statues over. They stealing like certain structures they had inside the Capitol Hill. They stealing it. The security guards, they don't know what's going on. They just telling them to get back, to get back. Pulling out their little batons. The mob is in there. They just raided the building, son. You got thousands of people all they on the stairs, they on the walls. And it's like the whole building is covered with people, son. You know what I mean? That's planned. That is planned. You know what I mean? It's planned. Because let's just say that was culminated people doing that. How do you think that would have turned out, son? If it was carbonated beings doing that because the police was out here violating like how they be violating. And the carbonated beings was like, you know what, man, we ain't gonna take this no more, son. We had it up to here. You know what I'm saying? We about to just run up to Capitol Hill and whatever happens, happens, son. You know what I'm saying? What do you think will happen, son? It'll be a completely different thing. It'll be completely different, huh? You know what I mean? So when you're looking at these people protest, just know that the Capitol building is within the parameters. These people started marching last night. They started marching last night saying, yo, this is where we going. That's all in the perimeters, man. You know what I mean? It's all in the perimeters. You gotta understand how the game, the east and the west wing, how it's being played, man. You know what I mean? When you hear them say things like the revolution will not be televised, that doesn't mean that the revolution would not be on TV. A lot of people assume that when they say, yo, the revolution won't be televised, and they always have somebody saying that in the camera and somebody like smacking the camera out the way. Like the revolution won't be televised to program the people to see, well, you know, when or whenever it's going down, it's not going to be on TV. They not, in other words, they're not going to be talking about it on the news. Hell no, that's not what that means. The revolution won't be televised means that it won't be a script. It won't be a script. People won't be following a script, a familiar script, a pattern, a glitch. You know what I'm saying? It will be a real ascension with the souls. Not people sitting up there talking about, well, we're not going to film this or we're not going to put this on Fox 5 or Channel 11 or any one of these news CNN, any one of these news outlets. That's not what it means when they say the revolution would not be televised. It means that it won't be a script. It won't be actors acting out scenes and you know what I'm saying? It ain't going to be no getting no permit. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be asking for no permit. It ain't gonna be no nonsensical riots or stage riots, whatever they doing, son. It's not gonna be none of that, son. It's gonna be a real solar ascension. You know what I mean? And you can't televise that. You know what I mean? You're not gonna be telling the visions of the people how to behave and make it seem like it's some kind of revolution taking place. Now they revolving. You're looking at an Ouroboros. You know what I mean? You're looking at an Ouroboros right now. It's all staged. They already preconditioned the people to see this with all of these movies they had with the buildings, DC building getting blown up. How many movies they had where America is falling? Eagle has landed this. All these outside nations violating United States. They even got into video games. I was speaking about the Division. That video game. Everything collapsed. They showing you in the zombie movies. You know what I'm saying? I Am Legend had a plague that wiped out everybody on the damn planet. Will Smith walking around with his lower nature, the damn dog. You know what I'm saying? In the city area. You know what I mean? So it's like they already preconditioned the people. In other words, they already wrote the script in the people DNA by way of them watching these movies on how to behave and how to respond to things like this. They already pre-programmed the masses on how to behave. So when you hear the masses talking about revolution and we rising up in the end of America and all, man, the hell out. That's a script you following, man. That's a script. That's the televised. You know what I'm saying? That's a televised version. The telepathic telling your vision version, how to respond version. That's not the real version. You really think that if America was falling, that these people will be airing it on TV? Let's be for real. Let's be for real, Sam. These are the most secretive sorcery people on the planet. You think they're gonna be televising stuff like this, man? You know how much emails these people be hiding from each other. You know, they be deleting, destroying hard drives or hard data. You know what I'm saying? That be revealing a whole lot. But yet they gonna televise this. They gonna televise this. With all the trickery they be doing, they gonna televise this. Come on, man. I already know what it is, man. It's another script, man. Turn from page 1. All right. Turn from page 1. You know what I mean? Another script, man. They follow me, man. Straight up. People came up in there with a message, man. That's part of the script. Oh, man. They going hard for their man Trump right now, son. They going extra hard for their man Trump. And they gonna you know, you would think with all this planetary disaster that's going on with this V floating around here, you know what I mean? People getting evicted and can't pay their bills, can't buy food, and people ain't getting their stimulus check. First check ain't come through. People still waiting for that. The second check, people still waiting for that. And now you got this going on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the stage is set. People on their hands and knees right now praying. They're like, oh my God, son, America about to fall. Man, you're looking at the digital fold over, man. You know what I'm saying? This is what it looks like when a nation evolves. You know what I'm saying? All evolution is engineered. Most people said Rome fell. I've been told them, was saying that Rome ain't never fall. It never fell. It evolved. You know what I'm saying? What you witnessing is a construct that represents the evolution of a nation. You know what I mean? Things are evolving right now, son. Artificially. It's not like a natural evolution. You know what I'm saying? It's engineered. You know what I'm saying? Even though all evolution is a form of engineering, but this is like a hybridized engineer. You know what I'm saying? This is something that is necessary in order to go into the next phase for the way how the planet is going to be ran. Energies is shifting. Technology, well, what this they call this, just this technology is shifting. You know what I'm saying? Everything is shifting. The planet is moving into a new age. As I stated before, that the planet, like everybody always talk about the moon phases. When the moon is in this phases and Capricorn and all these other phases, but they it still didn't click that Earth is a moon. You know what I'm saying? That didn't click that all these planets in this artificial solar system that we're in is really moon. Saturn is a moon. All them planets that you think are like planets, because they didn't really give the distinction when they talking about planets. You know what I'm saying? Because planet is a general term. You know what I'm saying? The sun is a planet, but you got to describe what type of planet it is. You know what I'm saying? And these planets in this solar system, which is really a lunar system, is all moons. Moons only have gravity, son, magnetism. Suns don't have that. You know what I mean? They beyond that magnetic energy, son. You know what I'm saying? That all has to do with the spiritual current. You know what I mean? So this planet that we're on right now is moving in different zodiacs as it should. So the energy that represents the age that the planet is moving in is not going to be the same as the energy how the planet was operating when it was in the last zodiac. You know what I'm saying? So all they doing is shifting how the energy is supposed to respond and behave when it's moving into the new age. So I stated before, they got members of the guard race. It's in like 200,000 years. They focusing on 200,000 year old energy and old ages, wondering why things can't get right. You know what I'm saying? They in other words, they calling out deities of an age that's like 200,000 years old, and those deities evolved. Say a deity like Oshun or Osiris or Aset. These deities that even though they all represent energies, let's say 200,000 years ago, those energies was called Osiris and Oshun, Ogun, and all those deities. But as the ages, as the planet moved through different ages, those same energies evolve and they have different tones and vibrations. So the connotation becomes different. You know what I'm saying? So you want to be calling on a freaking Oshun, a deity for 200,000 years ago, not knowing that Oshun now is a different name. It's just like you. 200,000, let's say your name is Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? Speaking the language of Jimmy. Let's say your name is Jimmy, son. 200,000 years ago, your name wasn't Jimmy. Your name wasn't Jimmy, son. You was in a different vessel. Your name could have been Robinson. Or it could have been some different name, you know what I'm saying, where letters was pronounced different. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they calling these energies with these old names and ain't nothing happening because they got them focusing on past old energies, old vibrations that already evolved and have different names and vibrations attached to it, son. You know what I'm saying? So it would be like them calling, say your name Jimmy now, but let's say your name back then was Agla. Let's say 200,000 years ago, your name was Agla. You know what I'm saying? But it's like they looking at you now in the Jimmy name saying Agla. They calling you. You walking down the street, they're like Agla. And they say that, why I can't reach this motherfucker? He right there. Like I'm calling him. Like, why he ain't responding? Because the name evolved. You out of sync. You're not even in sync with the age that you're in, son. You know what I mean? They not even in sync, son. So they got them calling on these old deities that it's like you're not even getting the attention. You know what I'm saying? You're not even getting the attention, son. You know what I'm saying? Cause they done evolved, son. That's why look at these in these movies, son. Even when they show you these movies where these people be chanting out these ancient deities or whatever it is, and they talking to aliens or whatever, son. There's always some upgraded name. It's always a name that represents the planetary age that the planet is in. You know what I'm saying? They got all the names listed down. You see them call them all these different names. Zeus. You know what I'm saying? Freaking what is it? Ptah or Osiris, Horus, Heru. You know what I'm saying? Back then it was called Heru. Now it's called Jesus. So you see how the name changed? You know what I'm saying? Even though we already know that those characters are not authentic, but there's an energy, you know what I'm saying, that was created by us. We created the energies. You know what I'm saying? So they calling on a damn Horus, but now they don't call him Horus. They call it Jesus. And 5,000 years from now, they might call it Leaf Branch. You know what I'm saying? It might be called Leaf Branch or whatever lingo they using 5,000 years ago. So the God race is all out of sync. You know what I'm saying? They all out of sync. They don't understand that when the planet goes into different ages, everything has to change with it, son. So when you're looking at that's why back then it wasn't called America. 500 years, 1,000 years from now, it's not going to be called America. You know what I'm saying? Thousands of years ago, it was called more freaking Rome. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they called it back in those days. You know what I'm saying? The name always changed. 5,000 years ago, they wasn't even using the eagle for the representation of America, son. They wasn't using the eagle, son. They was using another symbol, son. Now they using the eagle, son. 2,000 years from now, it's not going to be an eagle. It's going to be something else. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is constantly shifting. But see, the God race, they lost in space and time, son. They don't know. And the only reason why they get lost in space and time because they made their solar fabric stitched in with time, son. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to. Well, we the souls ain't supposed to get lost in time. We beings beyond time. We're supposed to be able to tap in any timeline at will, tap in and tap out. You know what I'm saying? But it's like members of the Garish got caught up in time, so now they get trapped in time, and you can see they trapped in time by the way how they dress, the way how they look, some of the talk, the language that they use, their even mental faculties, how they calculate things is like from another time frame. Another time frame representing the past. You know what I'm saying? Their calculations is late. They get things extremely late. By the time they figure things out, something else has already been created. You know what I'm saying? It'd be late. They be getting the aha moments. Too late. You know what I'm saying? They get it extremely late, man. So we in the digital fold over, spoke about that. You know what I mean? It's taking place, son. Hey, what you seeing right now, man, is something that was all planned, son. It's all planned. What's happening in the U.S. Capitol building? They ran up in the building, son. Trump supporters, man, they stormed the building. They knocked the doors down, son. They bowl guarded security. They all up in the Senate office. They up in your homegirl Nancy office. They got his feet. They feet all on her desk. They stealing her mail. They sitting in the judge's chair. They sitting in everybody's chair. They stealing stuff out. Basically, they looting the Capitol building, son. You know what I'm saying? They looting the Capitol building, son. You know what I mean? They out there wilding out. All under the guise of voter fraud. They saying that this guy rigged the votes, and you know what I'm saying, Trump ain't get the votes he's supposed to get. That's all part of the plan, son. You know what I mean? Both wings attached to the same bird. It don't matter if it's a Republican or a Democrat. They all being both limbs is being manipulated by the same brain. You know what I mean? They both being manipulated by the same brain. They try to make it seem like it's a angel on one shoulder and the devil on one shoulder, and trying to make it seem like it's the opposites. But both the angel and the devil is sitting on the same body. They just talking to different hemispheres of the brain, but they communicating to the same body. You know what I'm saying? So it might appear as if these forces are against each other, which is really allies. You know what I'm saying? But they might try to make it seem like they beefing with each other. Nah, man. They family, son. I mean, they family. It is what it is, man. Oh, it always got something going down in the Matrix, man. Always got something going down in the Matrix. It's never a dull moment. We in the digital fold over. Raise the vibe. I done heard people talk about the superpowers. I did the video talking about the superpowers, but that's on the other channel, son. Did the video talking about black people gonna get superpowers. I'm like, man, they ain't get no powers. The day after y'all claim they gonna get powers, they still gonna be violating. You still gonna have the chicks twerking on TikTok. The dudes out here still gonna be, what I'm saying, violating they brothers. They still gonna be drinking, smoking, eating BS. Where the superpowers at? I thought they were supposed to be getting powers and start flying. You know what I'm saying? I spoke about that with the false prophets, these false spiritual prophets. Always talking about some beings coming from the higher, from up above. Another Jesus Christ story. Somebody coming to save you. Some beings coming, some beam of light coming, gonna come and beam you and give you powers, and you just gonna be flying around. What are you gonna be doing? Flying around and raise the roof on Kentucky Fried Chicken and put your hand in the deep fryer and just pull the chicken up. That's what they gonna do with their powers, man. If so-called black people was to get powers, they'll be doing foolish things with powers. Cause look, You know, man, look and see what so-called black people do now when they get a little bit of leeway. Here you have it where the government is issuing payments to people who really need money in these times because people losing their jobs, they getting violated, they can't pay their rent, they can't eat. That's the little bit of leeway. And look what the so-called black people are doing, scamming. They sitting up there getting fake business loans. They getting fake grants for businesses that don't even exist. They sitting up there scamming, son. So you see, well, and that's just a minor example of what they would do if they was to get any kind of leeway, any kind of power. It's not like these beings get power and then their mental faculties raised with the power. Ain't nothing raising, son. They gonna be doing stupid stuff if they was to get powers. They get powers, be probably looking at girls' dresses, see through vision, be looking and seeing what the girls is drink, be in they crib 5 miles away, looking through walls at girls taking showers, do stupid stuff. You know what I'm saying? Teleport to Cali in a marijuana field, grab a handful of bud, and and just roll it up and teleport back into their apartment and roll and smoke. Be invisible, going to the damn liquor store, going to a damn bank, and pull out a whole bunch of money, steal money, and go back home. That's the stupid stuff they will be doing with their powers, man. You know what I mean? They won't be doing nothing of value with their powers, man. They not energetically fit for powers, man. The hell the hell with being mentally fit. They are not energetically fit. You know what I'm saying? Your energy got to be vibrating on a disciplined, responsible vibration in order for you to get any kind of enhanced energies. Any kind. You know what I mean? You see what they do with the little bit of permission they have now. You give them an inch, they try to take the whole galaxy, son. You know what I'm saying? You get them one little inch and they plastic man reaching, trying to take the whole galaxy. Thirsty. You know what I mean? You got these cats curled up like a nap in they bed, like, yeah, I get my powers. I already know what I'm gonna do to the white man. They thinking about the get back. You know what I'm saying? Stupid stuff. They're not gonna do nothing of value with powers if they was to get powers, because right now they do have powers. I already spoke about powers. What it is realistically is energy pluralized, and they have multiple senses, which represents powers. Look how they use their powers, which are their senses now. You know what I'm saying? Their powers of foresight, vision. What do? They use it to corrupt. You know what I'm saying? The imagery is corrupt. Look at the powers that they use, known as language. What do? They curse their brother and sister. They lie, they cheat, they thief, they steal. Look what they doing with the power of voice. You know what I'm saying? Look what they do with the powers of hearing. Somebody say one thing, they twist everything around. You know what I'm saying? Corrupting the power of hearing, son. You know what I'm saying? They corrupt all the powers. All the powers that they have, that they senses, is all corrupt. So what powers these so-called black people are gonna be getting, son? They ain't getting no powers, man. They are super villains on the damn planet. You know what I mean? Always looking to corrupt. Always looking to corrupt somebody, son. Opportunity come, they looking to corrupt. To rob somebody, to take advantage of somebody. You know what I'm saying? A damn sister could had an argument with her boyfriend, and you know what I'm saying, they could break up. And you know how people break up and get back together. You know what I'm saying? But a dude to be like, he'll see that and see, he could sense that she's weak. She just got into an argument, broke up with a man, been dealing with her for a minute. Yo, man, don't worry about that bird ass dude, man. Yo, come through. He'll look at that as an opportunity to corrupt her. You know what I mean? They prey on opportunities like that, son. You know what I'm saying? They prey on opportunities like that, son. Or the chick could be like, she got a man. And he would try to find some kind of weakness in her to exploit. Here you are trying to creep with your brother's woman. These powers, man, these people ain't getting no damn powers, man. Bunch of demons, man. Powers they getting, man. These evil on this planet, son. They evil, man. You know what I mean? Sitting up here selling. Here it is. A lot of these brothers out here are alchemists by nature. You know what I'm saying? They know how to deal with alchemy by nature. But what do they do? They in the kitchen cooking up crack. They cooking up crack, selling crack to their own brother, mother, father, sister. You know what I'm saying? They putting all these chemicals on the weed, selling poison to your people, son. Come on, son. Powers? They do got powers. They use the powers for evil now, son. You know what I'm saying? They use the powers to destroy their own bloodline. So they ain't getting no damn powers. These blunt smokers, gummy bear eaters. You know what I'm saying? Popeyes chicken eaters, fast food eaters, French fries. They ain't getting no powers, man. These people ain't disciplined, son. They powers is so corrupt that they corrupt their own senses. That's how corrupt they are. Because once when they came out of the womb of their mothers, their baby senses was pure. You know what I'm saying? And as they began to grow old, you know what I'm saying, get older and wiser, and their senses come online, you start being able to identify, you know what I'm saying, the enhancing energy from the degrading the energy. You know what I mean? What do they choose to do with their powers, their senses? Corrupt. They corrupt their own body with their powers. They eat poison because it tastes good. You know what I'm saying? They smoke because it makes them feel good, according to them. They drink mad liquor, poison, soda, poison, because it makes them feel good. Look what they doing with their powers. They poisoning their own temple with power. So what powers they gonna be getting, son? They already got the powers. You know what I'm saying? And they kill themselves with the power. Cause like my man said in the movie Spider-Man, with great power comes with great responsibility. What responsibility these so-called black race have, son? All the power that they have, son, they destroy their body with it. They destroy their body and they try to corrupt their sister and their brother's mind, just like them. They use the power of telepathy to send curses. Every time you sit up here and you tell a lie to somebody, that is a curse that you're planting on that individual, man. You know what I'm saying? You're putting a hex on them. When you tell lies, that's a hex that you're doing. When you speak to somebody, that's you using mental telepathy, son. Never mind how they told you you sitting up here using a voice. You know what I'm saying? Like I stated before, I'm gonna do this video. What is the full visible spectrum for real, broken up on an etheric frequency, son? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do that video. You know what I mean? But when you speak to your brother, when you speak, period, you are using a form of mental telepathy, son. That's powers. That is a power that exists in a series of powers that make up your senses. So when you sitting up here telling lies, you are putting a hex on somebody because you want them to behave out of the ordinary, because lies is alternated timelines. It's alternated energy. You took energy in what they call air and you form it into the words that you speak, which is telepathy, and you corrupt it when you speak. You corrupt the words. And you want these people to what? To believe. And if they believe you, they now behave based on that belief. So now they are operating on an alternated timeline. In other words, they are living a partial lie based on the belief or the lie that you told them. So you just curse them, because that's what curses do. Curses take you out of the natural order and put you in a artificial algorithm sequence. You know what I'm saying? So look what they doing with their powers now. So what freaking powers the so-called black race gonna get? Man, please. Ain't get no damn powers, man. A bunch of damn demons on the planet, man. They getting their powers stripped. That's why you see a lot of them can't use their senses anymore. You know what I'm saying? They got limited vision, they got limited speech, they got limited hearing. We all could be sitting up here having this conversation, and only is 26 people in here right now. Probably out of the 26 is probably only one in here that's really getting the message. Why? Because they can no longer hear. They can no longer hear, because when you hear, you process. When you process, you know. We ain't dealing with belief. You know what I'm saying? We ain't dealing with belief. You know what I mean? So they don't even know how to use their senses no more because it's so corrupt. It's so corrupt that when they see things, it deceives them. When they hear things, it deceives them. And it's not so much that what they seeing, hearing, or what somebody's speaking is deceitful, is that their senses is so corrupt that they could only pick up a distortion of what's being said, what's being relayed, or what's being presented. They cannot incorporate the message in its entirety, this pureness, because they are not pure. They corrupt. They ain't getting no powers, man. No black people getting no powers, man. They corrupt, man. They curse. Especially these clones. They ain't get no powers, man. These clones is, man, out of here with these clones. You know what I mean? Beyond emotions, beyond feelings. Beings of beyond, son. Straight up, B. They ain't getting no powers, man. They already got powers, and they gonna be stuck in the feeling phase. They ain't gonna make it outside of the feeling phase to get any enhanced powers, man. You know what I mean? It's different channels to different senses. It all got to do with different types of energies. You know what I mean? Like all these energies. Well, the energy raising that you're supposed to be going through, your energy is supposed to be changing. You know what I mean? Like your energy, like we was all vibrating on that spiritual energy, which all deals with the illusion, being lied to, wanting to be loved, wanting to be hugged, wanting to be accepted. You know, dealing with the illusion, the delusion energy, son, the energy that was created can only project falsehood. You know, we was all dealing with that energy once upon a time, but some of us started going up above that energy, son. So your energy is changing. Your energy is no longer that electric output. You know what I'm saying? You're moving into the different sectors of the ethers. You know what I mean? You raising the vibe through the ether channels now. You know what I'm saying? You ain't dealing with the chakra chart, the chakras. You're dealing with the solar nodes. You realize that you have solar nodes in you the makeup. Not so much in your physical body. That is a makeup of your soul. And it is abundance of solar nodes inside of you, the soul. You know what I mean? They want to talk about seven chakras. Man, you can't, but you know how many nodes you got, man? Man, your energy is complicated, bro. Complicated, man. You know what I mean? It is hella complicated, man. The type of dimensions and sigils. That's why I say we got authentic God markers. When you look at these people out here with these fake God markers, these tattoos, which is nothing but lunar markers, marks of the beast. They getting all these tattoos, these fake God markers. We got real God markers, and those are sigils that is pulsating from you, the soul. You already got your markers. You know what I'm saying? We got the marks of the etheric beings. You don't have the mark of the beast going into a tattoo parlor getting a dragon on my arm. What is that? Get the hell out of here. What? Why do I need to put a creature on my? The hell with the symbolism. You know what I'm saying? We deal with the literal. We literal beings. You know what I'm saying? We you know that whole symbolism, that was a science that was recreated for the spirits. Because they can't do things literally, so they do it symbolically. You know what I'm saying? So we don't need to put a dragon on our arm, or put a serpent on our arm, or a damn serpent on our neck. You know what I'm saying? Getting tattoos to like, well, this is what we rep. No, we ain't with the symbolism. We with the real deal, son. We know that we the energy. We got those sigils burned in our soul, son. You know what I'm saying? I spoke about that when we was talking about the birthmarks. A lot of the birthmarks is some of your sigils that's burning from the soul through your nanotechnology, and your cells project that uh, uh display the imagery of how those sigils look. Your cells would mimic that design, and it would appear on your body as a birthmark. Other birthmarks is demons attached to people, son, that they carried on from the past life. Or certain birthmarks could be a curse, a hex. You know what I mean? It's different ways to identify and break it down, son. You know what I mean? But we deal with the real God markers. We don't deal with no fake God markers, man. We don't need, you know what I'm saying, to befoul the temple and write anything on the temple, because we already know that the soul projects the etheric God markers onto the body. You know what I mean? Which is beyond ink. It doesn't contaminate the blood in any shape, form, or fashion, nor does it dismemberment the nano mesh that your cells make up to display what they call skin. It doesn't disturb that. It's in harmony. It is a natural representation, son. You ain't gotta be sitting up there with no needles breaking your skin, causing your hands or your arms or your chest to bleed. You know what I'm saying? It is natural. But you know the humans about shortcuts. I already know how they do, man. But yo, man, I'm about to shut this video down, man. Yo, it's nothing, already know, man. Digital fold over, man. You already know what it is, man. Trump got his boys up in the Capitol building going crazy. They snatching statues, flags. They stealing pens. They even jacking the mail. Stealing the garbage bins of plastic. You know what I mean? Taking the rugs. They going crazy, man. Going crazy up in Capitol Hill right now, son. Man, my man Trump, like, man, I ain't going out without a fight, man. Heard up. Y'all know what it is, man. It's always something going on in the Matrix. Hey, man, it's all about raising the vibe, man. Raising the vibe. Raising the vibe. Hey, man, the second channel is only for supporters, man. You know what I mean? It's only for supporters. People who really support. People who really about that life. People who live in the light. Now people come into the channel copying what I'm saying and try to remix it like it's theirs. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. We're dealing with the people that support for real, for real. And I know who they are, son. You know what I mean? I know who they are. They know who they are. I know who they are, son. You know what I mean? Like, as far as dropping the vibe, when the vibe get risen and I drop some vibes, that ain't never gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? It's just only gonna be a chosen few who's gonna be allowed to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Cause I already realized what it is, been realized what it was, but it is what it is, man. The vibe ain't never gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? It's all about raising the ethers, raising the soul, and raising the vibe. Straight up, babe. We on a whole nother level over here, son. You know what I mean? We on a whole nother level. We don't get submerged in no heart chakras. You know what I'm saying? We don't get submerged in no emotions and no feelings. We deal with identifying the obvious. We don't deal with the mind. We are beyond the mind. You know what I mean? We beyond positive and negative polarities. We understand what it is. You know what I'm saying? We done had some amazing experiences that brought revelations. Reality had to synchronize energies into reality to understand what's going on. You know what I'm saying? We ain't hooked on reading nobody's books, caring what nobody else is saying. We don't care what they saying. You know what I'm saying? Because we know over here that we could communicate with the forces that allowed this society to be created. I'm not no longer going to say that contacting the beings that created this matrix that we're in, as far as how society is, because when you want to talk about contacting the entities that created this matrix, this commerce, you're really talking about dead people. You know what I'm saying? People that was once living that actually built this. You know what I'm saying? We going past the physical people who built this. We talking about the beings who allowed this to be built. You know what I'm saying? Because they know exactly what it is. Because a lot of the people who built this physical stuff out here, they don't really know what they was doing. But to them, it was a punch in, punch out clockwork. You know what I'm saying? They was waking up in the morning going to work. You know what I'm saying? But for the beings who allow this matrix to be built on top this quantum computer, you know what I'm saying? They understand what it is. So we know we could contact them directly if we really want to know. You know what I'm saying? If it is a desire to know, only because we want to raise the vibe, not just to know to know. So I could say, oh, I know what it is and just do a video. No, that's meaningless. You know what I'm saying? To know, to get clarity so we could raise the vibe even higher, to get more clarity, son. We know we could contact those entities, you know, and your energy gotta be right. Your energy, but then again, they not gonna holler, you know what I'm saying, if your energy ain't right, you know what I'm saying? But your energy needs to be right because contacting those entities, they are extremely powerful and they can literally kill you with one communication, son. You know what I'm saying? Well, your physical body they could kill. Your physical body is not trained or disciplined to handle that amount of energy. Because when you're communicating with higher beings, there is an enormous amount of energy that surge through you. You know what I mean? And it can short circuit your vessel, which is what they would call getting a stroke, going into a coma, heart attack. You know, they would rule it out as something like that, son. You know what I'm saying? These beings are extremely powerful. And when they're communicating with you, they dumbing down the energy. You know what I mean? But the energy is still hella powerful, son. It's powerful. And when you communicate with the gods for real, it's powerful energy that you're dealing with, son. Just in conversation. That's just them talking to you, son. You know what I mean? That's just them talking. You don't even want to talk about war. We're talking about them just having a conversation, son. You know what I mean? They just talking to you, sending the energy is powerful, man. That's why I say these people, they don't understand the power of what they would call God, son. They're talking about coming back with a million angels and crack the sky open and do, man, what? A million angels to crack the sky? Do you understand the power of God, son? All God have to do is think it, and you drop dead. There is no cracking no sky open or sending no angels. What is this? What kind of God is that? All the gods have to do is think it and you die. Or it could make you kill yourself, like how they making the certain people do it now. Smoke a whole bunch of poison, eat poison. They could allow the curse to be on you, son. You know what I mean? A slow, painful death. To be sick. But yo, I'm about to raise up out of here, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's all about raising that vibe, man. You know, there's always something going on in the Matrix. It is what it is, man. So-called black people ain't getting no powers, man. They got powers now, and you see what they do with it, man. You know what I'm saying? They straight violation mode. But yo, man. Yo, hit that like button, man. You know what I mean? We gonna retweak that algorithm. You know what I'm saying? Push this video out there, and hey, it is what it is, man. Y'all raise the vibe. I'm out.